Welcome to This Week in High School Sports. Steve Willits, we had an exciting football weekend.
We did. Playoffs, state playoffs. Two of our teams made it. One didn't do so well. The other one did very well, though.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about that in a little bit. But first, we have to recognize our sponsor, Red Onion Burgers. And thanks again to Sean Richards for his support. And remember that you can do online ordering at redonionburgers.com. And he is delighted to make sure you get what you need and the delicious food that he offers. So,
in a timely manner, too.
In a timely manner, yes. What, 15 minutes
15
or less?
minutes, they say.
All right, very good. Okay, so let's talk about football.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Linwood Royals saw their season come to an end on Friday night. They lost to Lincoln 35-14. But keep in mind, this was a Linwood team that made it to the state tournament for the first time in 21 years. So congratulations to the Royals on a very successful season. Would have been nice to go a little further, but again, can't have everything, right? So congratulations to them. The other team we're going to talk about, the Meadowdale Mavericks, and what an exciting night on Friday night at Edmonds Stadium. They played Kelso, a game that was back and forth the entire way. 3-3 score at halftime, so it was a little bit of a defensive battle. Meadowdale takes the lead in the third quarter. Kelso comes back and scores 2 touchdowns, and they go up 17-10. There's a safety in the fourth quarter early on, 17-12. Meadowdale scores the very next play. Kello Marshall, 50-yard run. It's 18-17. Kelso comes down, kicks a field goal with 3 minutes to go to take a 20-18 lead. Things then get very interesting. Meadowdale drives down the field, 67 seconds left in the game, 4th and 19. Their season is on the line, and Drew Tingstad hits Haelin Roberts for a 48-yard touchdown. And rather than just tell you all about it, we brought the two of them into the studio to actually talk about the play and the game overall. Here are Drew and Haelin to talk about 4th and 19. The Meadowdale Mavericks football team advances to the state quarterfinals in the playoff tournament with a very dramatic victory, a 24-20 victory over Kelso on Friday night. And with us right now, the two gentlemen who created a 4th and 19th play that we'll never forget about. It is Haelin Roberts and Drew Tingstad. Guys, congratulations on a victory and advancing to the quarters.
Thank you very much, yeah.
Now, the play we talked about, I think we should just stop right here and go back and watch it. Let's set it up first, though. 20-18, Kelso's ahead, 67 seconds left in the game, 4th and 19 at their 48-yard line, and this happens. Never gets old, does it, guys?
No, it does not.
2 days later, we're still watching it here.
Yeah.
48-yard touchdown, and it ends up being the difference in the game. I know Kelso came back and almost threatened to score late, but that's the winning touchdown right there. We're going to start with you, Drew Tingstad, the quarterback. Again, your season's on the line here. 67 seconds away from having your senior year come to an end. 4th and 19, if you don't convert this into a first down, it's game over. We're going to play the first part of this play, and then I kind of want to get your assessment as to what you're seeing here. If we can go back and watch it just real briefly. You're dropping back to pass, you step into the pocket, and then you're getting ready to throw. Tell me about what's going through your mind right now.
Well, in the pre-play, I knew that I'm throwing it to number 5, so that much was clear. So as I drop back and I see that they're bringing pressure as they've done all night long, I just had to trust my offensive line to get the job done. And a big thank you to Brendan Diaz, who kind of clips number 77 in the last second of the play. But I stepped up in the pocket, and right before I'm releasing the ball, all I can think of is just give him a chance. You know, let him go make a play. I would have hated to have my season end because I overthrow him or underthrow him or whatnot. I just got to give him a chance to go out and make a play, and 5 came in clutch for me.
So now if we can continue to roll that play now. The ball is released there. Down the field, number 5, Haelin making the catch. Haelin, you got the first down already here. It looks as though you're about to be tackled right around the 15 or 16-yard line. Tell me what happens after this.
Well, my first thought was just to get out of bounds, stop the clock, and give us a chance to, just get refocused. And then I noticed that they're running the opposite way from me, and I took the corner and just got in.
So let's go ahead and run the rest of that play. And there you go towards the pylon there. It looks as though Zach Plummer came over to try to give you a little help.
Clipped him just enough.
Almost made a little contact there, and then the celebration is on. I also noticed number 10 here coming through pretty quickly. Drew, there you are jumping up and down there. I don't think I've ever seen you run quite that fast. You got some wheels there.
Yeah, hey, we see what we can do. It was very exciting.
So now you guys have a timeout. You're talking about what you're going to do on 4th and 19. Take me through the entire play as far as setting it up. Did you know Haelin was going to be the target coming out of the huddle? Was he one of many options, Drew?
We knew we wanted to get 5 the ball. I mean, he's your all-conference guy. He's your guy that we've gone to all year. And we just told our guys, especially Coach Leonard, he kind of just focused in and he said, hey guys, you know what, this play is what's going to define this year. You get another week or you're done. And that's what he told our offensive line. He said, guys, block like it's your last, because it very well might be. And big thank you to those guys. And we just we did what we've done all year. We went out and we made a play. And we took what the defense gave us, and that just so happened to be a 40-yard touchdown pass. So we'll take what we can get. But, I mean, it was a great experience. It was a great play. And it's fun to go back and watch it now, but our heart was beating a little bit faster at the time of the play. So
A little less pressure now after the fact,
yeah,
right?
definitely.
Now, Haelin, it's 4th and 19, so I've got to think, is the defense lined up any differently than they had been all night? Are they playing a little softer? Are they playing off you a little further? What was the formation that they were in, and was it what you expected?
They pretty much showed us the same thing all night. I mean, they were a little bit softer in their coverage, but I knew that if I faked him to the outside, I knew I could get open. So that was just, and then hope Drew gets me the ball.
And he did indeed. So again, 24-20 quarterfinals for the 6th time in school history. There's a hashtag I've been seeing out on social media lately called it's Break the Curse. What does break the curse mean, guys?
It's the quarterfinal curse. It's what we say around Meadowdale. I mean, that's what we can't do. We can't get past the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can be the first team to do it.
So previous 5 trips to the quarterfinals have ended with losses. Drew, you guys are looking to kind of shake that and to break the curse. What would it mean for you guys to get on to the next round?
That would be huge, especially there's been some great teams that have come through Meadowdale, and they just haven't been able to get the job done. My brother's team was one of those teams who they just couldn't get over the hump, and it would be really fun to kind of rub it in his face a little bit. But it'd be huge for the program. It'd be huge for Coach Leonard, to get his a big mark on his record, and for us, it's something we're never going to forget. And we're just going to go out and we're going to prepare like it's our last, because it very well might be. And I love these guys to death, and I sure don't want this season to end anytime soon.
Now, in previous years, the quarterfinals have always been more of a neutral site game. They changed it up a little bit this year based on the fact that you guys are the Wesco #1 seed, and just based on the rotation that goes on every year. You get 3 home games now. This is going to be your 3rd straight week in the postseason of playing at home. Haelin, what does it mean for you guys to have the Edmonds crowd behind you?
I mean, one of my favorite parts is playing in front of the home crowd. So having them throughout most of the playoffs is a pretty big deal.
Now, I should also mention, not only did you guys pick up a victory this week, and I think Drew touched upon it a little bit there when he was talking about you, Haelin, but all Wesco honors came out this week. Both of you, first team all Wesco. Drew, you as a quarterback, Haelin as a receiver. I've got to think that's a pretty nice honor for you guys to have.
Yeah, we're very grateful. We're very thankful, and that's something our offensive line has been able to give us the time to make all those plays, which has just been, it's meant the world to us. Alex Maxwell, I believe, got first team offensive line
as a sophomore.
Yeah, and we got a couple of honorable mentions with our senior offensive linemen. But it truly is an honor. There's some great players in this league. Joe Dock and Alton Hammond, those 2 quarterbacks, I was really, I was surprised that I beat them out because they had great seasons. Alton, statistically, you look at all the touchdowns he's had, he's put up some big numbers, but, very grateful that they were, the coaches gave us the first team honors. That's something that I was very pleased with personally, so it was definitely an honor.
And Haelin, for you, a lot of good receivers in this conference too. For you to get first team, it's quite the
yeah. It really meant a lot to be just honored in that way.
So you guys will take that, but more importantly, you'll take another game. Peninsula coming up. We're still not sure about the date yet. We think it's either going to be. We know it's either going to be Friday or Saturday. Game that will be broadcasted on SoundLifeSportsNetwork.com. What do we know about Peninsula at this point? I know it's early in the week. It's the weekend right now, so I'm sure you guys haven't had a chance to watch a lot of film. Do you know anything about them at all yet, other than the fact that they just shut out their last opponent, 17-0?
We know they have a very strong defense, and their offense, they'll pound the ball. So we're just getting ready for that, prepare like we would any other week.
What about you as a quarterback, Drew?
Well, I haven't dove deep into the film yet, but I'm really looking forward to the challenge personally, and I'm sure our team is looking forward to the challenge as well. They're a really good team. Their record shows it. Their defense, especially. You shut out a team in the playoffs. That's some good stuff right there. So, and me as a quarterback, I really look forward to that as a challenge, see what we can do. But as usual, we like our guys in just about any scenario, and I wouldn't want to go out on the field with any other group of people.
Very nice. Now, you guys, again, we're recording this on a Sunday. You guys haven't been to school yet since the 4th and 19th play happened. Is it going to be pretty exciting tomorrow when you get through the hallways there? And I'm feeling a lot of people are going to be talking.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's part of the majesty of high school sports is you get to go to school with those kids every day. So
Absolutely. Now, both of you seniors, any thoughts to next year yet? I know we've talked to Drew about this in the past a little bit, but Haelin, I'll start with you. It sounds like you have at least one offer on the table.
yeah, I've got one from the University of New England. I'm just hoping some more roll in, so I have my pick.
Very nice. And now, Drew, brother Caleb, already over at Western Oregon, as well as a few other Maverick players down there. Is that a possibility for you, perhaps?
Yeah, I enjoy talking to Western Oregon. I've talked to several of their coaches. Nothing is set in stone at all. I don't have any offers or whatnot, but I'd love to just talk to as many coaches as I can from all across the country. If they're willing to talk to me, I'm willing to talk to them, so just willing to put everything on the table and let me make a pick if I can.
Very nice. Well, I might be a little bit biased, but I've seen these two play plenty this year, and I think any college would be happy to have them on their team next year. Hey, guys, congratulations again on not only the drama that went into that victory, but on the victory as a whole and getting to the quarterfinals. And let's hope to maybe break the curse this week and
Let's do it.
to move on. So we'll let you guys talk colleges after the season's over. We're hoping that lasts for at least maybe 2 or 3 more weeks. Haelin, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Drew.
Appreciate it.
And we will see how the Mavericks do this weekend against Peninsula.
Well, that should be an exciting football game this weekend.
Yeah, again, it's Meadowdale versus Peninsula. Peninsula coming off of a 17-0 victory over Mountain View, so we know they're a tough team as well. Meadowdale trying to get to the semifinals for this first time in school history. So best of luck to the Mavericks. And again, Friday or Saturday, not sure yet. Either way, we will be broadcasting it on SoundLiveSportsNetwork.com.
Yes, we will. And we had some athletes sign letters of intent.
We did. It's one of those special evenings, I guess, where letter of intent day came around. Athletes who are signing to go to college next year and actually play for scholarships had a chance to get together at various schools and celebrate the occasion. Edmonds-Woodway had 2 athletes do so, and one of them right here on the screen we're going to put up, that's Nick Hull, plays baseball, and he's going to be going to Grand Canyon University. And then we also have Missy Peterson, who you see there. Missy is a basketball player heading to Long Beach State next year.
Yeah, congrats to both of them. And
Absolutely.
then Linwood, too, right?
Yeah, Linwood had a little gathering on Thursday night for 4 of their athletes, and you can see them right there. We've got Kyler McMahon over on the far left. He's going to be playing baseball at Oregon State. Maddie Morgan is next to him. She's going to be playing softball at Alabama. Kelsey Rogers, who is going to be playing basketball at Western Washington. And then Caprice Boston, who's going to be playing basketball at Northern Arizona. So great job, Royals. And we should also mention one other, Malia Pivic, who we've had in studio a couple times. She wasn't at that particular event, but she also signed a letter of intent to run cross country at Boise State.
Wow, what a lot of accomplished kids we have in this area.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay. And speaking of accomplished, we have a couple of athletes coming up that you're going to tell us more about, right?
We do. It was the state championship for swimming this past weekend. And one athlete who's not going to be in studio, but who we just had in here recently, Kelly Morgan from Meadowdale. If you'll recall, Kelly transferred from Virginia this year to come back to her dad's alma mater. All Kelly did was won 2 state championships this past weekend. She won the 200 freestyle and the 100 butterfly. From Edmonds-Woodway, Morgan Broadhead won the, she took 5th place in the 100 freestyle, also was 14th in the 100 breaststroke. Other athletes who performed very well at the swim meet this past weekend, Ellie Bray from Meadowdale in the 100 backstroke, Carly Stavey from Mount Lake Terrace, who's only a freshman, participated in 4 events in the preliminary rounds. And then one of the other athletes, Josie McCloughan from Edmonds-Woodway. She was swimming this past weekend. And we brought Josie into the studio along with her brother Sam, who was participating in the cross-country meet last weekend at State in Pasco. Thought it would be fun to have the 2 of them in studio and to talk a little bit about their accomplishments this year. 2 athletes from the same family at the state tournaments and back-to-back weekends, kind of a special occasion. So here is the interview we have with Sam and Josie. Fall sports are in the process of wrapping up, and 2 state performers are with us right now. We've got Josie, who was a state finalist in the swimming competitions that took place in Federal Way this past week. Sam, who was at the cross-country state championships last week in Pasco. Their last name's McCloughan. They're twins. So we've got Josie and Sam in here joining us from Edmonds-Woodway. Sam, we're going to start with you since your events took place the previous week. You went over to Pasco. You competed in the cross-country state championships. Your team took 4th overall. You took 20th. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me what that experience was like for you.
It was just a really good time. I feel like it capped off a good season and a good high school cross-country career. I wanted to get top 15th, but 20th, it was just fine. And the team was ranked 11th, and we ended up getting 4th, so I was stoked.
Not a bad outing at all. And you mentioned you wanted to get in the top 15, but last year you also competed. Sounds like you had a much better race this year.
Yeah, last year I was in the 50s, and so I jumped over 30 spots this year, which was great. So
Not a bad way to finish off. Pasco, too, that's got to be a lot of fun for you. I know there's I think it's a golf course you guys were running on. Tell me about that experience a little bit, just going over with your teammates and being able to compete one last time with them.
yeah, so we left on Friday, and so we got to spend the night Friday night and then compete Saturday morning. And so we went over there, we ran the course, and it was just like perfect weather and everything. So it was a really good time.
Nice. And we should mention one other thing. You guys might have taken 4th as a team at that particular event. You guys are state champions academically, and I know we talked about that with Matthew last week when he was in here. Had to be a big thrill for you guys to win a state championship for what you're doing in the classroom.
Yeah, when we heard, we were just pumped. We've got a lot of guys who try really hard in school, so I feel like the hard work paid off. Which is, yeah.
Very nice. So again, that Sam wrapped his season up last week. Josie, you wrapped your season up this past weekend down in Federal Way at the state swimming championships. 4 different events you competed in. Tell me as an individual, I should say, or no, 2 as an individual, 2 on relay teams. Tell me a little bit about those events.
They went really well. We dropped in our first relay a second, so that was good, and we moved down to 18th place instead of 22nd.
And that event was which one?
200 medley relay.
Okay.
And then 100 fly, I stayed about the same, but I dropped a 10th, so that was good. I wanted to get top 16, but it's okay. I still felt pretty good about it.
Now, it says here you finished 18th in one particular event, but your time was a little bit better than that. How do they actually determine the placements if you're not one of the final 8 swimmers or whatever?
Yeah, so top 16 are finalized in that spot, even if they go a slower time than the other athletes, so that's kind of hard, but I still did pretty well.
So you're feeling pretty good about your weekend then,
Yeah.
and your season as a whole. A very nice job by you and your teammates as well this year, so it had to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk a little bit about your ties to Edmonds-Woodway, and I was going to say Edmonds-Woodway, but really it sounds like it even goes back further to Edmonds High School.
Yeah.
Mom had a pretty distinguished career also as a cross-country runner, and she had something special happen to her this year too. Is that correct, Sam?
Yeah, so 3 of her cross-country teams got inducted to the Edmonds-Woodway Hall of Fame, and all 3 of them were state championship teams, which is pretty cool.
And I believe that team also was inducted into the Snohomish County Sports Hall of Fame not too long ago, if I remember.
I think,
So,
I think so.
So a big deal for her. And also, it sounds like your Uncle Joel also ran cross-country, and he was also a former head coach at Edmonds-Woodway, correct?
Yeah, he was head coach right before Al Bonney, who's our current coach, and he won the state. My Uncle Joel won the state championship in 1991.
Very nice. Now, as twin siblings, and it sounds like you're the only 2 siblings in your family, right? So just one brother, one sister. Josie, what is it like for you knowing that this guy here's got your back, he comes out and supports your events and vice versa? What does it mean for the 2 of you to support one another?
Well, we've always been supportive of each other, and it's really nice to look up in the stands and see him up there, especially on a Friday night at state. So that was good.
Sure. And now I guess I heard earlier this season, I saw a picture on Twitter. It sounds like Josie was the fan of the event for one of your cross country meets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just helps so much when you have someone who's always there for you, and it's good to have a twin.
Sure, no, absolutely. And now, what other sports have you played growing up? Have you played anything else, Josie? Or
Yeah, we did soccer together when we were younger in kindergarten, and I've played softball and basketball and track.
Now, what about you, Sam? What other sports have you participated in?
So all the way through elementary school, I played baseball and soccer. I actually played premier soccer until 10th grade. So I didn't do track my freshman year, but yeah, now I just do running, which is good.
Yeah, it seems to be working for you. Now,
Thank you.
the 2 of you might be running together, it sounds like, in the spring. I know, Sam, you've been our participant on the track and field team in the spring over the last few years, and I would assume you're going to do that again this year?
Yeah, I'll be doing that. I'll probably do the 3200 and the 1600
And
this year.
Josie, will there be more than one McCloughan on the track team this year?
I think so. Yeah, I like to run the 1600 and 800.
You took last year off, is that correct?
Yeah.
So you're coming back
focus on
around to it for
swimming.
your senior year?
Yeah.
Was that just because you don't have to focus on swimming anymore? Or what's
No, I'm
bringing
going
you
to be
back?
focusing on both, but going to try to balance it out.
Well, very nice. So college aspirations. I know you're both seniors. Are we looking to compete in sports as we move on to the next level? What are your thoughts, Josie? I'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm looking to swim in college. I'm not sure exactly where yet, but I'm keeping my options open and
Very-
talking to some coaches.
Very nice. And Sam, what about you?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna run in college. I don't know where, but I can't imagine not running. So
Sure. So you have a little bit of time off right now over the winter. You're both participating in spring sports. Any kind of, Josie, any kind of clubs you're involved with right now? What are you doing at school these days?
I'm in Key Club and National Honor Society, so I'm busy with Key Club, like helping out homeless and donating to like the community and stuff.
Good for you for
Yeah.
doing that. And Sam, what's going to keep you busy over the next few months?
just a lot of training. I'll probably put in a lot of miles this winter and get ready for track.
Well, there we go. So the McCloughans having a very solid fall season, and we hope for the best for both of you in the spring and also in school during the winter months. So congratulations on what was a
Thank
very
you.
successful
Thank you.
fall year, and best of luck.
Thank you.
It's always great to hear how siblings support one another when they compete.
Yeah, and especially these two siblings who in particular have had such a great season. I mean, the last
Yeah.
2 weeks for both of them to get to state in two different sports, really a neat story.
Yeah, it really is. So we have football to look forward to this weekend.
And that's about it. All of our sports are wrapping up for the fall, but a big game at that. It's
Yeah.
Meadowdale versus Peninsula. Peninsula team that just defeated Mountain View 17-0 on Saturday night. So it should be a great game. Meadowdale trying to get to the state semifinals for the first time in school history.
All right, well, good.
And that game will be broadcasted on soundlivesportsnetwork.com, regardless to whether it's Friday or Saturday.
Yes, it will. Well, good luck to the Mavericks, and we will see you next week. Thanks for joining us.